Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Creating with Kristina. I'm Kristina Reese, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm really excited to share with you today how I made this shaker card. There's little sequins in there. If you can't, whoops! If you can't see them in there. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to show you how to make this. I'm also going to show you how to make the watercolor in the background. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. I try to get out a video each week with some kind of tutorial for card making or sometimes scrapbooking, paper crafting. I love what I do. I love being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And if you've ever thought of having your own home crafting business, I sure would love to talk to you about that. Without any further ado, let's get started.
To create the watercolor background, I have, first of all, my two colors that I'm going to be using, Granny Apple Green and Coastal Cabana. I have a spritzer to get my watercolor paper all wet and an aqua painter to paint on my color. This is our watercolor paper, so and this is some low-tack tape. Now, I have a board, just a clipboard, just something to tape my watercolor paper down to. You always want to tape your paper down. It keeps it from warping. So, and it'll warp a little. It'll start to, it'll get all wet and everything. It'll start to move around, but the tape keeps it still. And then when it dries, it goes back to its flat surface. So, I just simply take it and I just a hair, maybe 1/8 of an inch, a little less than 1/4 of an inch, because this is 4.5 by 6 inch piece of watercolor paper here, and I'm going to tape all the sides. Let me do that real quick. All right, now that I have my watercolor paper stuck down real good, all right, here we go. We're going to get it all wet with my spritzer here. Nice and wet. Oh, good. That's going to make a real pretty watercolor background. Now, to use the ink, I'm just going to squish my ink pad so that I get ink on the plastic part there. Let me do this one. And there we go. So now we have our Cabana and our Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to start with the blue, and I'm just going to get a couple of drops of water in there, get that all nice and inky. And then I'm just going to randomly put color everywhere. All right, now I want to switch colors. So I'm going to brush off the blue on my scratch paper over here. Nice thing about green is it has blue in it, so I'm not too worried about that. And there's our Granny Apple Green. And I'm just going to throw some color all around where there's no blue. Now that I have painted my paper, I can either let it sit here overnight, or I can use my handy dandy heat gun, which I'm going to use with you guys. Now that it's all dry, if you want to go back and there's some areas that you want to add more color to or whatever, but I just like it the way it is, so I'm going to leave it like that. Close up my ink pads. And all you do is carefully peel off the low-tack tape. And that is our watercolor background. I'm just going to put all this away so we can now create the shaker card. The first step in making a shaker card is creating a hole so that you can see your sequins. So we have the most amazing, love it, just came out in the new Spring Occasions catalog, rectangle stitched framelit die. So I am going to pick a framelit die that I think would be a good size. Let's see about this one here. think that's the one I used. I want to double check. No, I used a size smaller. Okay. All right, so that's correct. Now these stitch framelits are stitched on both sides, so I'm going to get a 2-for-1 here. When I cut the rectangle out, I'm going to get my rectangle here with a stitch on it, but the one that I cut out I can use for a later project. Pretty cool, huh? All right, let me take this to the Big Shot and cut that out. Okay, we have cut it out, and like I said, I'm going to pull this up so you can see it a little better. You see that? The stitched, isn't that cool? All right, and then this is your bonus piece, so you can use, like I said, use this on a project later. It's stitched also. Cool, huh? All right, love these stitch framelits. You can get them in the Occasions 2019 catalog. All right, once you have cut out your hole, whatever shape you want, you don't have to do rectangle, but in this case I like it. It works well with this card design, with this butterfly thinlet that I'm going to be using. I have that. I need to put some window sheeting. Now window sheeting is just plastic. We sell it in our catalog on page 192. What I'm going to do is take some tape runner and just run it along my rectangle. And then I just place that on there. Alright, and that's good and stuck. Now I have some window sheeting. Next, I need to put our adhesive strips, and these are pretty cool. They're dimensional. They're made just for this. Come on, little guy, get out of there. There we go. Oops. Okay, so you can see where I've clipped them off to measure. So I already know where I need to measure, where I need to snip from my last card. And I need 2 of them, so I'm just going to snip 2 right there. And I'm going to place these, and they're, of course, double-sided, so I'm going to peel that. They're kind of stuck to each other also, but that's okay. And then I'm going to carefully stick this right along the edge here. Perfect. And then I want to do the other side. Okay, now I need, of course, 2 strips in the middle here, and all right, let's looks like I need to remeasure. Not a problem. And I know I want, whoops, I want it to be about right there. Okay. Oh, not quite short enough. Not a problem. Now remember, when you're cutting adhesive with your scissors, you either want to have a special set of scissors just for adhesive, or you want to make sure you clean off the adhesive after you use it. Either way is fine. All right, I have that little extra piece. And same thing here, just need to snip that off. There we go. Okay, now we have this little empty area here that we can put our sequins in, and these are just some leftover sequins that I've had from previous projects. We do sell sequins in our catalog, and I'm just going to put a few in there. Whee! That's fun. I've also found that seed beads, confetti, all kinds of fun stuff make fun shaker pockets. Now that we have our window cut out and our sequins and all of our dimensional strips there, it's time to cut out the watercolor. And we want to make sure that the watercolor paper goes past the adhesive strips. So we need to make sure that we're large enough. And if we use our grid paper here, I can see from the edge of this adhesive to the edge of this adhesive is like 3 1/4. So if I go to 3 3/4, that should be plenty. Actually, 3 1/2 should be good. Yeah, 3 1/2 should be good. So let's do 3 1/2 by, we move this here, 5. 3 1/2 by 5. And get my trimmer out. And of course, also, I can pick any part of this watercolor paper that I like. Whoops, I hit my camera. Sorry about that, you guys. Let's do this. 3 1/2. By 5. Perfect. Okay, pull that out of the way. Now all I do is lift up and then place my watercolor paper on top. And there we go. See how easy a shaker card is? Of course, now we just have to decorate our front. So, quick recap. You need to cut a hole out of some cardstock, get some window sheeting and tape it to the back side of the cardstock. You need the dimensional strips, then throw in some shaker stuff, sequins, confetti, seed beads, whatever you want. Then put some background paper. Now, we did watercolor background. You could use designer series paper, you could just leave it white, you could have a saying back there, all kinds of fun ideas. All right, so that is the shaker card. Let's quickly finish creating it. Okay, to finish off our card, first I have this beautiful butterfly thinlet. This comes with our new Occasions catalog, Butterfly Beauty Thinlets. Look at all those butterflies you get. Awesome, awesome. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to quickly just glue that on there. Then the next thing I did is I heat embossed with white, Celebrate Your Day, and this saying comes from a free stamp set that you can get with a $50 purpose. Oh my heavens. $50 purchase. And Hello Cupcake, really cute stamp set. I think this is going to be one of the most popular ones, sorry about the glare, in our Occasions Celebration catalog. Anyways, so that's where I got that saying from. Then this ribbon, and the reason why I chose the hold on, I totally forgot the name of this color. Coastal Cabana and Granny Apple Green was because of the double-sided ribbon that is also in our new Occasions catalog. Is that not just the prettiest? So let me quickly put this together for you guys. And voila, we have our butterfly shaker card. I hope you guys enjoyed this and that you'll go out and make some really fun shaker cards. They are so easy to make, and if you have any questions, please comment below and I will get back to you. Or if you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and would like to purchase some of these products, please let me know and I will help you with that. Also, if you like this card tutorial and you'd like more card tutorials, if you subscribe to my weekly newsletter, every week I send out a exclusive card tutorial just for my email subscribers. So you won't see those tutorials anywhere else but in my emails, and they come out once a week, along with all of the promotions and new items that Stampin' Up! Is coming out with. Okay. You guys have a wonderful and creative day, and we will talk at you next week. Bye-bye.